Trump just pulled out of the Paris Agreement.
BCJ630 will take you there.
Trump pulled out of the Paris Agreement.
Find links to subscribe.
Oh, that we knew was coming.
Yeah.
Dickhead.
You can find links to our Twitter
So
feed,
he has a bunch of,
where we are on Facebook,
you know, oil people.
Tumblr,
No wonder the fucking...
YouTube, all that good
I'm
stuff.
just realizing why I get some sound problems with rattling, where I think I hear echoes and shit.
I was gonna say something. I'm saving it for the podcast. That's the problem. We have to start saving stuff.
Yeah, well, it's already starting.
Yeah.
I figured I'd go with the intro since you were going to the bathroom. Did you properly clean?
Yes, I did.
You ran in such a hurry. There was no hurry.
Don't worry, I wiped.
And I think one of the reasons I'm standing here instead of other people is that I have deals in Russia.
And the Cuba thing too. That too.
Those who do not want us to speak. To be honest,
Something that makes no fucking sense. A mess. A mess.
I think we have to stop talking. Picks us. I forgot. It picks us up on the soundboard.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like because it uses a different. It's using the USB. I guess the USB doesn't respond to the mute switches.
You know about the Cuba thing too, right? I'll tell you in the podcast. Hopefully there's no echo from my headphones. Every single time I hear this, I want to watch this movie. June 8th, James Comey. June 8th. James Comey's testifying on June 8th.
When?
June 8th.
When's that?
That's
That's like the end of next week.
it's like, yeah, it's like 2 days after Burr's election. So if everything, he's gonna be like the John Dean or whatever.
No. Oh yeah.
Ooh, early start.
Wow, that came up weird. Why can't I hear myself? Because I'm so used to being loud. No, I'm not. Because I turned the headphones down. That's right, folks. We're back. Scott Holden, bone-crushing juggernaut, along here in the studio, and with none other than Cameron Holden.
Pink. I'm pink. Whatever that color is.
Pink, a bottle of stink. I think it's purple, but it's purple or lavender.
Well, everyone would say that's pink, so I'm just gonna say pink.
Or, since it's colors, it would be magenta, most likely.
I
Or
can't tell the difference
cyan.
between those kind of.
Cyan.
Come on, what is this? What are you, a big box of like crayons?
Yes.
Like,
I enjoy.
there's always those weird crayons ones where it's like weird
Yeah.
colors that no one knows.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, girls know those colors.
yeah.
Like fuchsia.
It's dirt. It's like
Herpaderp?
Herpaderp.
It's herpaderp
Herpaderp,
color?
probably. Maybe it's Covfefe. That's a
Covfefe.
Covfefe, a new color, a new
Yes.
orange.
Yes. What color would Covfefe be?
I have no idea. It sounds very orangey, but maybe that's because Trump.
Trump orange.
Trump orange.
Trump orange is Covfefe. A particular shade of Trump orange is Covfefe. I want to pull my tweet because I want to read
It
what
symbolizes it's dumbness.
I sent out a very specific definition for it yesterday. I want to recall it. Excuse me as I cough all over the place. Oh boy.
You were excused.
Let's go with the Covfefe. I know I sent it to you.
Covfefe is a wizard. Covfefe is a wizard.
Ah yes. Covfefe. I gotta take off my glasses.
Oh, yeah, I saw
I
this.
gotta adjust. A word to say when you know words and have all the best words. It's the opposite of supercalifragilisticexpialidocious.
Pretty much.
Thank you very much. So there you go.
Yeah, it just means nothing.
Yeah, when you
doesn't-
think you know everything
Yeah.
to say, you say Covfefe.
It's the
Hey,
opposite.
it's like Covfefe.
It's not. It's like if you're not humble.
Yeah, it is Covfefe.
If you're humble, you use extra supercalifragilistic.
Right now, Theresa May is saying Covfefe.
Yeah. Duh.
Her whole campaign has been Covfefe.
Oh my God.
Been thrown right in the Covfefe.
Oh, hopefully they
She's
add
got
this.
Covfefe coming out of every pore.
Watch, they're gonna add this to the dictionary. They're gonna do it.
Oh, they're gonna have to.
Because it's
Covfefe.
it's becoming a popular.
It's like Goldfinger.
it's
Goldfinger. It's a theme from one of the James Bond movies.
Yeah. It's
Covfefe.
apparently a lot of people are putting on their license plate.
Yeah.
And stuff. So
Covfefe.
if you see a dude with a license plate, Covfefe.
Covfefe. It's in you.
No, I don't want that in me.
Deep inside you.
Everyone has their own Covfefe.
Well, like towards the end of, I just finished Neil deGrasse Tyson's
I have to listen to that.
Astrophysics
Is it good?
for People in a Hurry.
Is it good?
And towards the end, he does like a summary where he's sort of like talks, and he does the mathematical equation,
I'm sure
which
he's very-
flies by so fucking fast. I don't know how it goes, but like,
That's
so
why.
because of air, volume of air, and when you pull air out of the, because of volume of air to whatever ratio, like air that you breathe, in theory, could have also been the oxygen you inhale is used by an Einstein, and you know.
Yeah. Oh yeah. That's amazing to me.
Yeah.
Like the same
Well,
air.
sort of
is
like
being-
the whole.
Like it's very possible the air that your mom breathed when she gave birth to you is the same you have breathed before. Like that's,
Yeah. That you've inhaled that air.
yeah, that's amazing.
Well, it's sort of like, well, you're made of you're made of star dust,
It's
and like
recycling. To
what the star that made stuff that's in your left hand is different than the star that made shit
It's
in your right
recycling
hand.
to the best degree.
Yeah, it's like fucking weird.
Yeah, it's kind of cool.
I also do the very basic. There's one very basic thing that he threw out. I forget what it was. It's like essentially the only constant is change theory, or like since the one observation that we can make to the universe is that nothing is stagnant.
Yeah,
You know, nothing
it's
is.
just
Nothing's in a steady
chaos, it's
state at any
chaos.
time. Everything is always moving.
It's chaos.
Yeah, well, not chaos so much
Well,
as
yeah. It's
everything is constantly in a state of flux.
it's-
Everything's, as we've got forces pushing against
The
each other. You got
universe is-
dark energy versus dark matter.
Well, the
versus
universe is ordered chaos with rules.
very specific rules.
Yeah,
And that's
right.
the other thing that I like.
Which means I guess it can't really be chaos. It's more like.
And so far, two sets of rules, and the big driving force is to try and unify the two, which would give you the unified theory
Yeah.
of everything.
So pretty much everything we don't know is dark energy. In the universe, that seems like everything. I'm sure.
It's the way, and it's also gravity. Gravity is still a bit of a loop,
Yeah,
a spooky
but we know
force
we
to
just
us.
know it because we are.
It works.
Yeah.
It is.
We're
We know it
victims-
is.
We're
But
victims of it. Yeah.
I remember. I tell you, I always go back to this. There was It was in a science magazine. I was in a doctor's office, and we're going back 10 years.
Yeah.
So I'm sure the research that I read is either borne out or is lying in somebody's journal somewhere. But and again, this talked about, in the article it even said, the math is way over our heads.
Mhm.
Where we can't...
There is math, but
We can't even, so to explain it, we'll use this basic terminology that humans
for
will
simpletons
understand.
like you.
But essentially, long and short of it was that, okay, so in unifying these two fields of thought, and I believe it would be the quantum and the... there are certain mathematical difficulties. However, very basically, in a nutshell, these guys propose that if you make gravity another dimension, like time and space,
time space. Yeah.
it cracks that code.
Mm-hmm.
So gravity is also a dimension, possibly.
Okay.
The dimension of gravity.
So, what would dimension of gravity look like by itself?
No, it would be sucking.
It would
Because
just be
gravity
a black hole.
sucks, as
Would it be a
everyone
black
tells me.
hole?
Could be a black hole, like at the center of our universe, super mega black hole.
So that's just.
Could be. I don't know.
So
Maybe it looks like antimatter or whatever.
Yeah,
call it.
you would have
Maybe-
to say, okay, what is the missing thing in that world? What is the
Well, right
what
now,
dark
what is
energy
it?
then?
98% of the
Yeah.
known
A crap
universe
ton.
is dark matter.
Yeah, some of that.
And dark matter is basically sort of like a placeholder that we don't
So
know.
the-
God, we talked with Neil deGrasse Tyson in person, and I asked
He
him
doesn't
this
even
question.
know.
Yeah, and I
The
asked him,
scientists don't know.
and then I asked him a marketing question,
See,
and I think he just thought I was
thing
being
is-
cute.
Yeah. Oh yeah, because we
I said, why dark matter and dark energy? What's
Yeah,
with
yeah.
all the dark? I mean, It's just a marketing issue.
It's just yeah, exactly. It's just a name they give it to.
I know, exactly, but it wasn't a good one.
Dark just symbolizes that we don't know it. That's what it means. And
but it made it all confusing.
The thing is, if you think about like gravity, all that stuff, and like the three, like gravity, time, all that, what is missing?
What is missing from?
Yeah, what is missing from those three things? There has to be, or else there wouldn't be dark energy. You know what I mean? Or dark matter.
Trump. Trump is the energy at the center of all.
Oh God, no.
Trump energy is dark matter. It's like, when Trump's energy comes up against anything, it destroys it.
Covfefe, is that what it is?
Covfefe energy. Yes, that's what it looks like on the periodic table of elements. It's like a C with an F or something.
Covfeinium.
Covfeinium. Yes, it's a new molecule. We've discovered a new element, Covfefe.
Oh,
yes,
no.
It would have to be like a stupid one, though.
Did you? I was speaking.
Just like stupid water.
Yeah.
We have to get to here. We have
so
so much ground to cover.
Yeah,
like our last show, sort of like we caught it, but I never posted it like a dope. So
I was listening to the Dark Casters and stuff, and he was like talking about the periodic table elements, and he was talking about like how like what they would do is they would create elements before they knew there was a spot missing. So what they would do is they would create an element before it would go like away, and then they would never be able to find it again. So there's like one spot in time where they had to create the element before it would like go kaplooey, like bye bye, see you later. There's no chance for us to find it again. So if we didn't do that, we would have had like gaps in the periodic table that we wouldn't know. We would know it's there, but we wouldn't know what the element itself is. I always thought that was interesting. I learned that in Cosmos, by the way.
So that's what we do?
Yeah, well, like some artificial, like some synthetic elements, sort of. Not synthetic, create, like what we do is sometimes we create elements to fill in gaps. I think it's pretty much done.
They don't end by, it's not by like byproduct or something?
Well, we find like, what we do is we find like all the natural ones, and then we kind of like create other ones in relation that we know that are in the gaps. I always thought that was interesting.
I'm still listening.
I'm done.
I'm ignoring you.
I'm done with that. Nice, thank you. I just wanted to...
I
always thought science was interesting.
But you know what? I was trying to find something the whole time because you kept saying this is what you do, and I was going to play this is what you do.
This is what you do.
Like that sound bite has fallen so far off the beaten path. I can't find it now.
Well, there you have so many. So.
Well, also it's it's fallen out of rotation because it's not like we hear Bernie anymore.
Yeah.
Like, this is what you do.
No, he's doing his thing.
He's doing something.
Yeah, I mean, you have to be the most popular politician in the country.
Now we just got. Never really. Now we just have.
That's the hot one right now. The hot one. Poor Cory Booker. Why are you defending that man?
All right. Okay. Well, let's get. Okay. Today, I did something a little. I had to get something off my chest. And other than just the show, because sometimes we do the show, sometimes we don't do the show, and sometimes it makes sense, and sometimes it doesn't.
Yeah.
I said, let me get my thoughts down on paper. So I said, I know that we had a blog somewhere.
Did we?
Yeah. Well, Bone Crushing Juggernaut did.
Oh, okay.
On Tumblr. And so I went out on Tumblr and found our old blog and put it there. And I'm going to start using that shit again.
Okay.
Because there's, we can post articles and do shit and kind of make that happen when we're not doing this.
Yeah.
So we'll get you a little membership on there. You can get on the blog.
Good, because there's stuff on Twitter I can't type down. It's like, Twitter. What's with
I agree. Yeah, there's sometimes you want to say shit that's longer, and then there's
Twitter,
Facebook. But I'd
Twitter's
rather
for
have
jokes.
like a.
I feel like Twitter's for jokes.
I agree. It's like the one punchline.
Yeah.
It's the one gag.
Yeah.
Or
exactly.
The one panel gag.
Yeah.
Yeah, and if you really need to say something, which sometimes you do, like I called it an editorial, which is exactly what it was, and it was sort of my rant, and you won't be surprised by any of this because you and I, we've been doing this show, and you know where I stand. But at the crux of all of this, because I don't get it. The media acts like they're dummies in some respects. They keep asking the question, well, what would be the reason for not admitting to meeting with Russians? Now, I don't know if it's faux stupidity,
I think it might be just like
genuine
it's a
stupidity,
hypothetical.
or that naivete that you really
They just
want
want to keep you watching or something.
or they really do want to cling to some thread that Trump is not the scumbag that it's so apparent that he is. But my point being, first of all, when you just make it, the reason why Trump gets mad, why he keeps bringing it back to the election is because guess what, folks? This is the election we're never going to get away from because
Well, he
here is the fundamental problem. Here's where we're getting into now. Once we have like some serious evidence or whatever, I mean, there's plenty of evidence, but you know, like prosecutorial type evidence,
Like
something
Comey
hey, yeah,
saying
we
it
got
for
smoking guns over here.
Like-
Well, that'll be.
if Comey says.
I mean,
something.
that to me is that's sidebar because where Comey will really come into play is in him
Obstruction of justice.
obstruction. Yeah, exactly.
Which is what
because-
Nixon got in trouble for.
Exactly. But what was he obstructing?
Yeah.
That's what we gotta get back to.
He wasn't the FBI, so I think he would know.
What he was obstructing was essentially an organized. I don't give a shit. This was a fucking Confederate, a fucking you can call it a RICO Act, whatever you want to call it. But this was a cabal. This was a group. Trump at the top, calling the shots. Because think about Trump. Does he not ever want to be completely connected?
He wants to feel like he's
like the number one guy.
even though he's not.
And that's why he's giving out his cell phone. And he's,
Oh my God.
Like, call me directly. Like, he thinks of himself as a fucking authoritarian emperor.
That's like
Yeah, exactly. That's why there's no State Department. Besides the fact that if you look at all his stuff, he's literally running Putin's
you
agenda.
got his best friend.
So, okay.
declaring
Again,
martial law and
so when you... Let's just for the sake of argument assume that Trump conspired, and his campaign, and Trump is involved, conspired with Russians to throw the election, to fix the election in his favor, and give him a win. Okay.
a W.
If he conspired, regardless of anything else, this is the crux of the problem, and this is why everyone's so afraid of this shit. As soon, because we are heading to a big fucking constitutional crisis, it's going to be amazing. First, all right, let's just say, okay, we find him guilty, and for the sake of argument, they're going to remove him from power.
And Pence is Mr. President, right? So we just
No,
we
because
assuming
what
that
we
Pence-
have here is a situation wherein if he
Because
conspired
that Patriot
with
has
Russians
before.
to cheat, the election is invalid.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He cheated in the election.
So
So
yeah.
there we go. That's the problem. This all leads back to if he cheated with the Russians in the election, you can't have and right now, this is what annoys me. I called it Schrodinger's election. We have this weird, that's what I titled the fucking article. Because we are in this weird state where you watch media do this backpedal. Everybody does this backpedal. Yes, we all know Russians did interact in our elections with an agenda to elect Trump, and then here's where the song and dance comes in. But there's no evidence there's no way to
Concrete.
yeah, to say that it affected. So they're trying to have it both ways.
Mhm.
They're trying to have it so
media's
like
notorious
yes,
for that.
but here's the thing: everybody knows those two things can't exist in the same space. Just like Schrodinger's cat. Eventually, someone's
One is-
gonna fucking open that box,
One
and
thing
is
is
the
the
cat
answer.
gonna be dead or alive?
One thing is the answer, not the other.
Exactly.
There's always an
And
answer.
if Trump colluded, and there's evidence, and they can prove it, and even say they remove him because of it, that makes that election null and void because he cheated to win.
Mm-hmm.
So then, Pence can't be vice president,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Because he's on the same fucking
So
ticket.
is there another election?
Well, that's the next
Like, kinda
question.
like what Theresa May
Is
did?
there another election? Does it go to Paul Ryan because he's next in line? Or does fucking Hillary Clinton, who suddenly is stepping onto the public scene again, you'll notice, with a very sort of interesting narrative.
Yeah, sort of. Yeah.
Maybe. I don't know.
Yeah.
She has a claim. Because
it's like a king thing.
she fucking won the election by fucking the popular vote. And here's the other thing. They may dig into this motherfucker and find exactly what I've been saying the whole time, that in addition to all the other shit that Russia did with the bots and the this and the that they hacked a couple boxes as well. Particularly I would look in Pennsylvania.
Oh, yeah.
If I was a betting man. Because from what I understand, Pennsylvania's electronic machines are old enough, like first generation or whatever the fuck, so that they say that even if they hacked them, they don't know if they would know.
Why would they make it that bad? They should.
Because that's voting in America. If they wanted you to vote,
why would you put money?
They
in
would
this?
let you do it.
Why would you put money in this?
They would make it easy for
this process.
If they gave a shit about your vote.
Why would they put money in this process? They don't want you to vote in the first place.
Yeah, voting obstruction is big in America.
God, democracy is a pain in the ass, isn't it?
Well,
for like everyone who doesn't want it.
The big problem is not. It was not democracy per se. Right now, the gerrymandered districts, the gerrymander, and the fact that they are so entrenched right now, and they're using computer modeled fucking algorithms. To make, like, hey, if I go across this road and I grab this white person.
It's exactly how the stocks work and stuff, too. Like the
getting
computer
crazy.
algorithms stuff.
It's all getting crazy, motherfucker.
Yeah. Like, all these rich guys on Wall Street, all they use is, like, computer algorithm. They're like, pull out.
What if there's a flaw?
Yeah.
Do you ever think of that?
Well, the thing is, what they're doing now is...
Oh, you're talking about, like, the same guys who do the sports shit, too.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's what they do on the stock market. Is that what you're saying? Ah, so day traders are all doing the same kind
pull
of
out.
shit.
The computer's like, pull out, done. Put in something else, done. Pull out, done. Like, it knows trends.
I got you. Because it can do...
So...
Even the most ridiculous jamoke sitting at home beating his meat can now have access to fucking computer algorithms.
Yeah, and like they're doing obviously less work than the guy who's serving you food at like Taco Bell or something. So,
hey, it's good money. You know what that leads to?
Yeah.
The crash of 22. You know,
they're predicting a crash next year or this year.
I don't remember. 29.
29, yeah, because the stocks are a lot more. They're inflated.
Yeah, you get that vibe because you can't have like what to everyday people seems like a staggering economy, or like nothing ever changes and we never get raises. The average man never gets a good job. His wages has been stagnant for 30 years.
Yeah,
wage growth.
Actually, it's been
while the CEOs
technically.
While CEOs and corporate officers...
It used to be like 1 in 100, and now it's like 1 in like something like...
Look at the numbers back when fucking Eisenhower was in charge.
Yeah, it was amazing. And the thing is, if it were adjusting to like how it normally would be, it would be like $22 an hour or something.
So anyway...
Which is amazing! Oh!
Okay, so getting back more into this constitutional crisis, as I said, that we're getting into.
Yeah.
So, there you go. So, who is president? Does Hillary Clinton have a claim? I think she does. Very well. She can come in with a court case and start to sue. Now, where does she take her court? Yeah. Where does she take her case? Supreme Court? Oh, the Supreme Court that has a judge on it that's been appointed by the guy who was illegitimately placed there from an election that was a fraud? Yeah. Because he cheated?
So we'll just have a 5-1? A 5?
No, he definitely... if he's as honorable as he says he is, he would resign. Yeah. But... I don't see that coming. So you got to impeach him too, which you can do. You can impeach a judge, and you have very good grounds. Well, he has no reason to be there. He was appointed by a man who cheated to win the election. So.
Assuming, I feel.
So all this is coming.
So what would you do?
Absolutely. There's no way around this.
If it becomes tied, what happens then?
Tied? What do you mean?
Because if you have him, there would be 6 or no.
We're back to the same deal.
Okay.
Until the new person appoints a new judge.
So, okay.
So, yeah, that would be the deal. You would have to...
You'd have like a special judge for that one time.
I guess. I don't know. All this is fucking nuts.
Yeah.
That's the whole thing. We're about. That's what I mean.
The reason,
we are heading into a massive
I
constitutional.
think this is the reason
why it's more convenient for politicians to stick their head in the sand and not have to face it.
I think this is the reason why Barry Goldwater wanted Nixon to resign.
Well, yeah. Oh, yeah. Definitely.
He's like,
That's another
please,
thing.
I don't want this. I don't want all this shit to happen.
Well, what they were afraid of is something that actually you can't do. You can't tarnish the office.
Yeah.
That's the beautiful thing, the way the founders made it.
Mhm.
Like, impeachment doesn't tarnish the office. It tarnishes the man.
Yeah.
Tarnishes
Slash
the man.
woman.
Yeah, the office is the... there was obviously a break in the system. Oh, yeah, he cheated. Huh. Yeah, so someone found a way to cheat by using foreign powers.
Yeah.
Now, granted, a lot of Americans went to sleep, were bamboozled.
And they were like stuck up in their own thing. I guess.
Yep.
Like,
Yep.
holy
The-
shit.
A lot of people
Holy
were
shit.
literally... their vote was influenced by robots programmed by Russian
an
agents.
Insane time to live in. Oh my god, all this. Like, I could have lived in the 1200s.
That's how stupid Americans are.
I could have lived in the
hate to say it.
1200s, and I'm living now where the craziest shit's happening in the fucking world.
And I would like to make another comment about white women. Here is a group that really is... that as a political group, you know what they excel at?
Be sure not to generalize.
Shooting themselves in the fucking foot. They are awful. As a group,
As a political group. Yeah.
political group, they're awful. They're an awful group to each other, to themselves.
Backstabbing, you mean?
Oh, God! If I see one more fucking educated female reporter essentially cop an attitude that Hillary Clinton should just go away and fade into obscurity, and how dare she, try and say anything publicly anymore. Fuck that. She's got a fucking case, man. Especially if this guy cheated. So why the fuck fuck her? Fuck these women. These women are dumb cunts. God, they vote against their best interests because their husbands tell them to do it. Oi, here's another way you know white women are getting stupid. Football. White women. Like, acting like they dig football. I know they say they like football, but they don't. They're doing it because they're insecure cunts that don't want to, I gotta spend more time with my man. I don't want them to go, they don't want their man to have any fucking alone time. Meanwhile, those guys, trust me, the guys who watch football, like, they just want to punch their wife in the head and get the fuck out of there. Go drink and go be with men.
Bar.
Have closet homosexual fantasies.
I'm going to the bar.
I want to look at men bent over and grabbing each other's ass, honey. I can't have you around when I do that.
Yeah.
Anyway. Yes, I'm saying
Well,
that all football watchers are closet homos.
What? Way to generalize.
Exactly. This is a show of generalization. White women are stupid idiots. White men are just ugly thugs.
Do you want to talk about, speaking of white women, you want to talk
Well, that's why I was talking about their comments on Hillary. Like, Hillary came out and, said all the shit, which, like I said, I agree with her. Granted, there was other stuff going on, but she does make a lot of fucking points. The news wants it to be its narrative, but the problem is, it all goes back to my shit. If the fucking Russians threw this election for Donald Trump, all your highfalutin political analyst bullshit is rendered null and void, and only mine counts. Guess what? I was right the whole fucking time. So the election and all this, speculation into how fucking Hillary lost and it was her own fault and fuck her, is wrong. Is flat out wrong. She won the popular vote by 3 million or something, or close to 4, whatever the fuck it was.
It also shows that you should have to change the system to make it so that
The system was hacked and gamed.
Yeah, but I'm saying, even then, if she lost...
We do have to fix the system, but here's the problem. When it was sort of being ignored, as it's still, the Russians still want to look into leaks. Not the Russians, sorry. The Republicans, same thing, are Republican Russians. They want to still focus on leaks.
Yeah.
But everyone else is like, let's look at the... let's see. Yeah, the fire is burning. Let's look at the fire department. Let's investigate why the fire department can't get there in time.
Can't put out the fire.
Whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, that's the kind of shit
What
they
I
do.
was saying is like, okay, the first time in an American election where the person who won the popular vote didn't win the election is the very moment we should have been like,
Well, that was Al Gore.
yeah, and
He was the first one.
well,
And then if you go back and look at the real count, he won that fucking.
Yeah,
well,
if-
he won that.
that very
he
moment,
won Florida.
That very moment is where we should have been like, okay, let's change something here.
Yeah.
Come on, what the fuck's going on? How is this democracy?
I tell you, I'm telling you, you heard it here from a novice political scientist who just has good instincts.
Self-declared political.
Has been watching. Well, that's what else am I? I'm a political analyst. I'm just as much a political analyst as any of those motherfuckers on TV. I just don't have direct access. Like they
You
do.
don't have
I can't go in and listen.
friends in high places.
But actually, I have friends in low places.
Well,
On Twitter, we have some interesting connections on Twitter. I get interesting emails and shit that have panned out.
yeah.
So sometimes if I float a tip, you may want to pay attention to it. You may want to. It may be fake news for all I know.
Fake news. It's fake news.
There may be some fake news, but you know, I try not to do.
You
I really try not to.
You are fake news.
And if I always make it clear, if it's just like, this is rumor mill churning, but boy, this smells like something. You know, smells like something's cooking here. I smell bacon. It's hard to smell. It's hard to hide the smell of bacon. So, all right, what else? What else were we gonna talk about? Theresa May.
Oh yeah, that's
Theresa
just
May.
getting her ass beat by.
The Theresa May. We're gonna get rid of Theresa May. Like that, I made it up right on the spot. I don't know why I picked YMCA, but
I don't know. That was a really bad.
okay.
So
So yeah, the bitch calls a special election, thinking her shit don't stink,
yeah.
and that Britain is just gonna fall in line behind my conservative cuntness.
It turns out, which is funny because like British
I have Trump under my thumb.
under my thumb,
Under my thumb, the Trump.
a bitch.
This is my Theresa May. Are you liking this? God save the Queen.
No. So-
It's actually Scott Thompson's The Queen, but
yeah.
it'll work for my Theresa May.
So it's kind of weird with
Under my thumb.
Britain actually like liking a liberal candidate because they're kind of like generally conservative, sort of. I would think
Britain?
Yeah, I
No,
would
they've
think
always
thought they
they're
would be.
very socially democratic. They're always
socially, yes, that's what.
always very liberal, always very
Socially,
like Labor Party.
Economically, I don't know if they were.
They're like one of those countries that had it's like we have Labor, we have the Liberal Party, then we have the Super Liberal Party.
Yeah.
You know, they're
They
one
have
of
the
those.
Social
Yeah, then we
Democrats.
have the
They have like the green.
Then we have the communists, the anarchists, the anarchist cookbook.
Well, that's like the Indian elections. They have
a
like,
lot of
200 parties. Like
parliamentary systems
of course,
are nuts.
we get like 200.
We get two, yes. We
no.
pick between two,
That sucks.
which are equally greased by the same finances and.
Well, Republicans are a little bit more greased by the same time.
Oh yeah, because they're like, I want to get rid of regulations, just like plucking out machinery from just like plucking parts from a finely moving car. Is that a carburetor? What does that do? I'm just gonna take it out and hope that the rest of the car runs.
A car that's not even driving well anyway. Right now.
Yes.
So like, I wish
Everything like I really am beginning to wonder if he is nuts. Like maybe he is Alzheimer's, because everything he wants is like straight out of the fucking 80s. You know what I mean? He wants coal. You know what I mean? I want coal. I want to get rid of fucking
the electric cars.
What's the environment stuff? Fuck that. Get rid of that. Oh, Obama did that too. What was the one thing today I heard that was fucking super depressing?
Yeah.
Another thing Obama. Cuba. He wants to make it restrictive again.
Why?
Because that solves so many fucking.
Well,
Because he's a fucking Russian troll.
The problem-
Everything he does, when you go why, it's very simple. What would you do if A, you were trying to destroy everything that made America good? Well, you would go in and you would put someone in charge of each of, you're in your cabinet, you put someone in charge who absolutely despises the very thing or is incapable and doesn't understand the very thing you put them in charge of. Case in point, Mr. Dancing with the
thing,
Stars.
But the thing with the
Who didn't even
Republicans
remember
in
the name
Cuba
of the
is
Department of
they were against the Obama thing with Cuba even after they got what they wanted, which was a free market in Cuba after they legalized it. Because Cuba, after we, you know what I mean?
Regardless, I mean,
That's
just the
what-
fact that he's like, let's close up shop.
Well, makes no sense.
Oh, did Obama do that? I'm rolling that back too. Anything that was like an executive order that he can undo, he does.
Oh, so you don't want a friend?
He doesn't. This guy,
Well, the thing is,
I don't think the only people he cares about are trolls like him, who are un-American. Let's face it, they are undemocratic. They are authoritarians. They have an axe to grind with America. You know what I mean?
or what America symbolizes.
Whatever. You know what that is? A fucking asshole. That's not an American to me. That is a fucking traitor. That is someone who doesn't get what America's about. It's an authoritarian. Authoritarians right now should be looked as Nazis in the fucking during the 30s and communists during the 40s. They're fucking scum. You don't want. We are, as a country, principally opposed to everything they aren't. And Trump is principally opposed. He's the first fucking president who is openly authoritarian scumbag. This guy is here. All of this is Russia payback because they hacked the fucking election for him. It all goes back to it. And that's why they get mad. Oh, you gotta go back to the election again. That's right, we do. Because that is where the quid pro quo started. You scratch my back, help me win this election, we'll fuck over Hillary, then I'll do everything you want because you and I see eye to eye. Because we're both authoritarian scumbags. So easy. It's not like it takes a genius to figure out this fucking crime of the century here. That's what's so fucking amazing, how stupid Americans are being. They choose... It's like... I remember there was a saying they used to say in, like, self-help groups. Do you want to be happy or do you want to be right? You know, there's a whole bunch of people that just want to be resentful rather than, like, look at the facts.
I took a personality test and I answered right every time. I was like, I think it was like
I get it. That must be a Stephen Wright joke.
No.
I took about personality. I answered right on everyone. That's like a Trump statement. Hey, I took a personality test. I answered right on everyone. Totally disagree. Every answer.
No, you don't get that.
Totally disagree with everything. What is that? Climate change? No such thing. I'm a big, ignorant fuck with too much power, not enough brains, and I think I'm a fucking genius. My name is Donald Trump, and I approve this message.
That's not a very good campaign advertisement right there.
Every word of it true. I mean, he's proven it every fucking day.
Well,
Covfefe.
he's literally the least popular president ever since Truman.
Oh, I wish I had a beat thing hooked up. We could be like, Covfefe, Covfefe. Do a mix. The Covfefe mix.
We can talk about the Kathy Griffin thing too.
Oh, cat, what?
The Kathy with the head.
Oh, cat. You notice how fast that disappeared? I called it on the first fucking day. They were on Celebrity Apprentice. She was on Celebrity Apprentice. He put her up to that shit. It was perfectly timed for Russia bullshit. And here's the funny thing. It fizzled. It didn't even work anymore. Even the media figured it out. Wait a minute. Could this be an attempt to try and sympathize Trump?
The thing is, like, Republicans were, like, lynching, like, Obama things during the whole...
Oh, yeah. No shit.
So, like...
Oh, yeah. Well, again, it is the hypocrisy.
Yeah.
You could call the GOP the Hippocratic Party. The hypocrisy party. Because that's what they are. They're walking, talking hypocrisy.
Hypocrites.
Look at any story out of the news today and think, if Hillary or Barack Obama were the president, would they still be like, no, leaks is the story? Or would they be fucking with torches in the street? Would they already have her strung up and fucking, be burning her at the stake because it's Hillary? You know what I'm saying? I love the fact that Hillary was like, fucking these assholes in the server. We got a guy now who's like taking money from Russia, who's like giving them fucking secrets in the White House while he pals around and drinks vodka.
Mm-hmm.
Even though he didn't drink vodka, but you know what I mean? He's like fucking in there
not-
Covfefe his ass off.
He doesn't drink.
Sure he doesn't. Covfefe is not the product of someone who just falls asleep. Trust me.
He was on his pills.
Those are drugs, my friend. If you're on your pills are drugs.
My friend that is not.
Speaking from anecdotal evidence, I would say that based on some of his behavior during the debates, not just the debates, but during the campaign in general, I would suggest that he's doing cocaine, possibly. I would also suggest that possibly he's on pills like a painkiller, like Oxycontin or whatever the fuck.
Because when I have my Adderall medicine, sometimes I get thirsty. Sometimes, like you get dry mouth. Sometimes.
Oh yeah.
So I was thinking maybe he was drinking because of that and stuff like that. Because he was drinking a lot.
Maybe Adderall.
Yeah.
Another reason why he just wrote a letter for his doctor and signed his doctor's name, where like Donald Trump is the healthiest, most
the healthiest specimen of his age.
He has the most stamina. Amazing stamina.
It sounded like a letter that he wrote himself.
Oh, so much so. Everybody said that. That's why there was I remember there was a report on the news where you could tell it was the first time that doctor ever saw that fucking letter. He was literally laughing as he read it because he couldn't believe it because he never saw it before. Because he didn't fucking write it. Yes, and then he was like verifying it because you know why? As soon as he got off camera, Donald Trump was coming by with a couple of grand to pay him off for fucking saying, to sticking with the story.
Yeah. Oh, but did he assign a director of FBI yet? Or is that still a thing?
That's a good question.
But
here's a bigger question. Jeff Sessions.
Yeah.
A third meeting with Kislyak that he didn't remember.
Yeah.
And yesterday, on one of the news shows, Al Franken hinted, like, okay, the reason why something big and fucked up happened in that meeting, and it may have been that kidnapping suggestion. You remember that?
No.
Okay, let me wind you back.
Yeah.
I don't remember who the congressman or who the person was. Someone involved on the Trump campaign who quit not too long after, said, I'm out. One of the reasons he cited privately was that he was in some meeting wherein General Flynn, who was a Turkish agent at the time, Turkey has a beef. The guy.
Oh yeah, with the Kurds you're talking about?
No, hang on.
Okay.
Turkey, the head of Turkey has a beef with a guy in Pennsylvania. This Turkish cleric. For whatever reason, he scapegoats this guy. It says he's a rebel to them, whatever, and he should be boiled in fucking Turkish ware or whatever. So they've always wanted to extradite him. But in this meeting, apparently, they weren't talking about extraditing him. Like Flynn and everyone, and Kushner and whoever else was in that fucking room, and probably Jeff Sessions then, were talking about abducting this fucking guy. Like, just fucking flat out, like a black op. Abduction and just taking him and sending to an American fucking citizen.
Guy who has nothing.
That's when even a fucking guy who was probably corrupt, was probably pretty fucking corrupt, was like, I'm out.
Yeah, that's like a horrible.
This is as far as I go. Yes, exactly.
It's horrible.
Exactly.
That's like immoral to the nth degree.
Oh yeah. I mean, it's not like it is a black op.
Yeah, especially to like an authoritarian
and especially since this is during the transition.
Yeah.
They're not even in power yet. Technically.
Well, they have some power, but they don't have any
And
government
why,
power.
in the midst of all this, with this moron entertained giving back the Russians their fucking property? Mm-hmm. Is he fucking stupid? Oh. I mean, to me, the only reason you do that is because they're getting close, so you better fucking do all those things that you're gonna do. Like, you better get all the sanctions lifted now, because if you don't do it now, you're fucked in a few months. Like, even he sensed it. It's like the panic of a crook. It's like, well, fuck it, I may as well just go for it. That's what it feels like. Don't you think? Why else would you fucking do something so stupid?
Yeah.
Like, in the midst of a Russian investigation, give them back their property that was taken away from them as punishment for hacking our election.
It's so weird. Why
He's a fucking moron, and why are any Americans letting this stand?
It's kind of weird that...
There should be riots in the... If this was France, they would be fucking knocking down the Bastille again.
It's kind of weird that during this whole thing that he just randomly wants to be enemies with Cuba or something.
Dude.
It's very strange. Like, especially knowing in the past what Cuba was, how significant Cuba was to the Cuban Missile Crisis.
Every day. Back to the 80s.
Yeah.
Back to the 80s.
Like,
let's go back to coal. Let's go back to military spending against... but meanwhile, the only difference is he wants to be friends with Russia. I want to do it as if Nixon... I was the second part of Nixon's administration. I have no idea.
It's if he starts talking about electric cars and Jimmy Carter, then we know he has Alzheimer's. Alzheimer's about the 80s.
And for the record, it's Alzheimer's?
Alzheimer's, sorry.
Alzheimer's.
Not
Yeah,
Alzheimer's.
don't be... And Grandma, who's completely evolved it into old-timers disease.
Oh, no.
Which is funny. You know who the other person I know who says that?
Yeah.
Kevin Smith.
Really?
Because his mom said old-timers.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense.
She was another one who mangled the language. I wonder if that's a Jersey, like,
Maybe.
New York mom thing.
Yeah, maybe.
Like, his mom used to say Clumberland Farms. Yeah.
Clumberland?
Yeah.
That sounds really weird.
Yeah. And you know that my mom can't say Rutherford.
Oh,
She
yeah.
says Ruckaford.
Yeah.
So,
It's just...
those words, man.
Yeah, just...
There's and Stephen King has that thing in the back of his throat.
Oh, yeah. Is that why he doesn't...
Everyone should speak perfectly,
Is
just like me.
Yeah, come on. Get with the times, guys.
Practically perfect in every way, just like Mary Poppins.
How do you feel...
I will not use the word Covfefe. I will use the word supercalifragilisticexpialidocious.
How do you feel about, like, tech speak and stuff?
What do you mean?
Like people... Do you think, like, it's like...
Like now speaking, like saying BRB?
Yeah, like that.
Instead of, like, actually saying the initials?
Yeah.
I'm cool with it.
Yeah, I am too. I don't understand it. I feel like...
If you don't know, you're a stupid idiot.
Yeah. I mean, like, it's how...
I used one of the oldest ones recently, and someone was like, what's that mean? I used TTFN, which is before, like, text, I think.
Yeah.
Which is ta-ta for now. It's just
Yeah.
like a thing chicks would say.
Yeah. I feel like it's just the evolution of language, just how it works.
Of course.
It's just,
Everything's evolution.
We
When people were like, oh, there used to be so many more words in the English language. Yeah, we don't have time for all that shit anymore. Yeah, exactly. A lot of superfluous bullshit.
We realized that...
Do we really need niggardly? I mean, do we really?
And a guy got fired.
And I know that it doesn't mean what it sounds like it means.
But a guy got fired for saying that.
Yeah, which is... That's stupid.
Yeah, that's stupid.
See, that's stupid.
That's just finding a reason to fire a dude. I think.
Yeah, or just like admitting that you yourself are stupid as well, because
you could just search up the definition, dude.
It means cheap.
Yeah.
And it's from and the reason why is it's from a Dutch word.
It is kind of, I know, it is kind of weird that means cheap. You know what I mean?
It's a different origin.
Yeah,
it comes from a different etymology.
I know, it's just a weird, like, oh, okay.
I can't say anything or dear.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's like bitchin' too. That's another one.
Yeah.
That's one of those words.
So again, like, do we need niggardly anymore? Maybe it's time has come. And that's the thing about language. Sometimes words even change meaning.
Yeah.
You know, or mean different things in different areas.
Yeah. So
Coke means a different thing in a different time, in a different place.
I feel like people. As time
have a Coke and a smile.
Like there's a reason why
shut the fuck up.
There's a reason why we don't talk like Shakespeare anymore, because we realize, oh shit, that's annoying as fuck. Let's not talk like that.
Yeah, we save a lot of time now.
Like, oh, we can say so many things in 10 minutes that they can't.
But if you actually listen to Shakespearean, he wasn't dressing shit up.
Yeah.
That's just the way they talked.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well,
he was actually catching the rhythm of the time.
Yeah. Well, they've actually found that the way he was talking was actually not like how they used to talk at that time. Like he would talk like in the past, like how they used to talk in that time. Like
if he was writing like Othello,
which
took place earlier, but most of the patois was written in so that modern English people would understand it.
Yeah.
So it
I
was
think
written.
he tried to make a timeless language, sort of. That's what I think. That's why I feel like he was trying to do.
I think he very much wrote in the language of the time, in the style of the time, and we just
I'm not sure.
we don't talk that way anymore.
Yeah, it's just not how it
Yeah.
works.
And some say, hey, I saw, let's see, Midsummer's Night's Dream,
Yeah.
performed on right down in Morristown, with a couple people from Frasier, Jerry Pippin, which is the woman, and who else was in it? I think maybe just her. Someone else. No, I can't remember. But it was a great performance. I enjoyed it. It's nice to see that stuff.
Yeah.
You can figure it out. It's not like a foreign dialect.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, there's a bunch of like metaphors and stuff like that.
Now it's poetry.
Yeah, it's just like.
But back then it was like. So think of it. Someday, what we've just figured out is in maybe 300, 400 years, BRB and LOL will be poetry.
Yeah. So you would see a tweet and be like, "Oh, it's poetry."
Oh my God! It's like that Shakespeare. It's like that
Shakespeare.
It's like that. Oh, it's like that. Oh wait, it's that Potter-like dialect from the Harry Potter series, back in the classic 2000s.
Remember when that ginger kid said that thing that?
Yes, he said, "Forgeticus."
Nice reference there.
It all comes back to Kevin Smith
Kevin
for
Smith,
me.
Yeah.
Oh, I know Kevin Smith.
Yeah.
Saw him recently too. Went to a show with Kevin.
Which one?
Kevin did a Q&A.
When and where?
I want to say the 21st. Does that sound right? Yeah, I think it was the 21st.
This month? Or last month?
Just passed. May 21st, and it was in Red Bank.
Oh.
No, it was actually no. It was, I'm wrong. It was in Atlantic Highlands, and it was actually where he had seen movies with his dad and stuff.
Yeah, that's cool.
And as I was saying.
Oh, is that when you asked the questions?
Yeah, I got to ask some questions, and as I explained on my other show, That Man on Fat Man, like I sort of like conversed a little bit and did a thing that I'm annoyed by when other people do it.
Yeah, I do that.
And the reason but I wasn't doing it to be a dick.
Yeah.
I was really doing it because I was trying to get Kevin to hook into something, and he didn't hook into the question I thought he would, which was like, and so I was kind of befuddled, and I kind of. So he went off on Guardians of the Galaxy eventually.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I asked him about.
Did he like it more than the second version?
Oh, he loved it.
Oh yeah.
He loved it. Like me,
so
I loved it.
It's so good.
Didn't we talk about it on here?
I don't know. I think we might have. But what did he say about Covenant as well?
He didn't see it. He hadn't
seen it.
And the only reason I asked him about that was he'd seen it earlier that day.
I think he'll like it. I was like,
yeah, and the other reson I asked about that is because I know he really loved Aliens.
It's sort of.
And Newt.
The thing, I don't know if that movie. I don't know if it felt like it didn't have like a proper climax. If you know what I mean. Like, I mean, I guess the climax was them leaving the planet.
Yeah, I get you.
But it didn't feel like.
And then there was a moment where you're confused because you're in flashback mode, like towards the end of the movie, and you're like, "Wait a minute, what the fuck's happening here?" Yeah. He's releasing the canister.
I guess it makes sense. It's because it's like the proper climax is supposed to happen in the main movies. So I mean, like the.
And you had to figure out actually the plot in retrospect.
Yeah.
You had to put all the pieces together after it was over. You had to be like, "Okay, wait a minute, he did this to her, therefore doing that. Now this ship is that ship, and blah blah blah."
Yeah, so many Game of Thrones.
Pretty much.
What is going on? So many people.
But I mean, it does bridge the gap of
like
Prometheus and Alien.
Like Mom said, I do like the beginning of it. The beginning was pretty cool, like with the piano and stuff. The scene with the creator, the guy who created.
Yeah, and that's the other thing that it probably in both Prometheus and this movie, which could have been Prometheus too.
Yeah.
They keep trying to go back to that theme of, creator, are you a clone, or is AI actually, like it keeps playing with those themes. The first one does not execute those themes as well, or does not pull them off. It tries to, but I think Covenant does it a little better.
Yeah. Dude, speaking of also Guardians,
a little more subtle.
Do you think Thor's gonna be better in Guardians of the Galaxy?
I think it's gonna be very different.
I
think fun.
I think it's gonna be better.
Wow.
I'm predicting it's gonna be better in Guardians of the Galaxy.
Well,
it's different.
Here's the thing. One of the things that Guardians of the Galaxy has done right from the beginning is the emotional range that it displays. Like, the first one starts out with a fucking mom dying from cancer.
Yeah.
And next thing you know, you're like,
It's a-
you're
it's a
like
fun-
crying
it's
like 3 minutes into the fucking movie.
It's kind of flipped.
And he's being abducted.
It's kind of flipped now. If you think about it. Like, the first
Well,
one-
now the next one's big start. Big open.
Like, yeah, big opening, happy, and well, in the first one, everything was happy. And
Well, they're in a big fight, though.
It's like a big whoop.
But it's
Ooh.
fun because it's sort of like the fight's going.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah,
it's baby. It's all about baby Groot.
And Drax.
They're not stupid.
Yeah. There's baby Groot.
That's what giving the people what they want, and they do sort of summarize in that first opening the past movie because they give you a little bit of all those sort of moments. You know, they give you all those kind of beats in that opening in the background behind baby Groot. And then there's a guy looking for him. You know, oh, he stops moving. You know, all those things that you kind of.
Well, that movie has the best scene of any movie so far this year, which is the one with Rooker. Yeah, Yondu like.
Yeah,
killing
Yondu
all
fucking deserves as great. Well, it shouldn't sound crazy. Anyone who knows Rooker's career knows he's an amazing fucking actor.
With his arrow, like flinging everywhere in the prison.
Oh, that scene? Oh, yeah, that was amazing. That was amazing, but that was fun.
I know, it was just amazing.
But to me, he deserves an Academy Award.
Oh yeah, with the
for the scene with fucking
with him saving Star.
Yeah, and he says all the right things,
Yeah,
and it's
the right
all
time.
the right emotional notes, and you're just like, it's if you had a bad father, it's like the apology you always wanted to hear from every bad father,
Yeah.
you know, and the, you know, I don't know, the soliloquy, and it's pitch perfect,
Yeah.
and again, and then they hit you with the song shit, and the fucking funeral, and I remember in that movie pulling that fucking hood over my head and saying, I am so fucking sick of coming to these goddamn superhero movies and crying my eyes out in the last 10 minutes of these shits. The same thing with Wolverine, or fucking Logan was the same deal. You know, like...
They're getting
well, it wasn't as heavy.
Oh, yeah.
Fucking, I had
wasn't-
hot tears coming out of my eyes with
'cause
fucking Rooker.
Because that was like
The only other time I cried like that in a movie theater was that fucking goddamn Pixar movie with the dreams and all that shit inside the girl's head.
Oh yeah, Inside Out.
Oh my god, that was... And there was a moment in that movie where the only thing, it's like, all you hear are the muffled snorts of other parents.
They sort of have the same... They sort of have like the same like premise. If you think the same message.
I don't even remember anymore.
It's like family, pretty much.
No, family. Well, I guess, what do you call it? Fast and the Furious falls on.
Oh yeah, sure.
Because that's all about family.
They say family, so that's the message. Even though Vin Diesel is killing all of his family.
Hey, and what do you want? Fucking Ego, the Living Planet, is a member of the Fast and the Furious crew now. So.
Oh, and
as is. Oh no, Stallone was in the other franchise.
Well, yeah. He was in slightly.
Has he been in fucking Fast and Furious?
Probably.
I don't think he has actually, but I can see that next. He's Expendables.
Yeah.
Yes. Do you know that Triple X was originally supposed to kind of be like the original Fast and Furious spin-off sequels? Like that was him in his secret agent career.
Oh my god, that's funny.
Yeah.
See,
so he rebooted that as its own thing anyway.
Yeah. Well, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? He's gonna.
I'm big.
Not nearly as successful.
Turns to gold now.
Yeah.
I'm big. Fast and Furious.
God, so
fucking
many
Guardians of
movies
the
are
Galaxy. Wait, I can do this better. Hang on.
You doing your Bane thing?
No, better. I just have to do it. To figure out how to do it so just that way comes up. Yeah, shit. With this. Ah, fuck. Where am I? Yeah. It's Ving over here.
Demon.
Yeah, so it's Ving Diesel over here, and I'm doing the thing with the Guardians of the Galaxy.
Do your Groot.
I am Groot.
There you go.
There you go, yeah.
Now do
I'm
Baby
Groot.
Groot.
Up in your asshole.
That's not Baby Groot.
Baby Groot crawl up
If
in
Baby
your
Groot-
asshole and rub up inside there, yo.
If Baby Groot sounded like that, it would be disturbing.
So
as
then
hell.
I'm working on Triple X3, which I think is going to be a big hit, along with, what's the other one? The Chronicles of Riddick 6.
Oh no.
I don't know if it's 6. Maybe it's 5. Maybe it's 37. I don't know. I'm kind of like, what's that guy? Tug Spreeman or whatever the fuck from...
Oh, Colbert.
No, Tug, the guy from, the Tropic Thunder.
Oh yeah, yeah.
You know,
Which one? Oh,
he was in the Ice movies and in the Sun movies.
Ben Stiller.
Yeah, the Ben Stiller character. Wasn't it like Tug McGraw or
Tug
My
McGraw was a
Penis,
baseball player.
Tug My Dick, something like that.
Something like that. Yeah.
Hey, what do you want? I'm Ving Rhames. I am Groot. You know.
You are Groot.
Wow, we got a whole new bit here. Tales from Groot.
Tales of Groot.
Tales from Ving, yeah, because Ving is the thing, baby. Ving
See, if
is
it were
the
Tales
thing.
from Groot, you'd just be saying Groot over and over again.
I am Groot. I am Groot. I am Groot. I'm Groot. I'm Groot. Imagine that podcast.
Oh my god.
That'd be a good joke, though.
Oh my. Yeah.
Fucking like two guys, everybody's just sitting around just saying I'm Groot,
I am
and then
Groot.
you go like 100 episodes like that, fucking an hour and a half.
You gotta be dedicated.
Of I am Groot.
That
I'm
is
Groot.
dedicated.
I'm Groot, motherfucker. I'm Groot. And then you have the arguments just in you have fun times and sad.
I'm Groot.
Oh man, I'm Groot. Man. I'm Groot. You have all the
I'm
different emotional ranges of the Groot. It'd be the Groot cast, man. I think I got an idea here. We're on to something. Ving, baby, throw this one up on the wall just like my singing career.
I am Groot.
I'm Groot.
I am Groot.
I'm Groot, the podcast.
I am Groot.
I am Groot. I'm Groot. There we go. Alright, so. Bring me the big sacks of money. Thank you. I'm Ving Diesel. I'm Groot. I'm out of here. So there you go. We had Ving Diesel's checking in. And,
That was unexpected.
yeah, an unexpected visit to share with us his wisdom.
Wow, he's very.
He's going to start a new podcast, apparently, called I Am Groot.
Wow, that's a genius idea. Raking in the monies.
Well, we covered a lot of stuff, and we even got a new bit in there that we can repeat. I'm sure we can have Ving back over and over again. He could probably even be the other Ving. There's Ving Diesel, there's Ving Rhames, so we can have him. They both have really deep voices. We could maybe twist the knob subtly.
Oh my god, imagine a podcast with Groot and Bane in the same thing.
Oh,
Groot. I'm hey.
No, you have to.
And Groot can be. Bane can be like the main guy, and then Groot will be the guy
It
who
had
adds
to be
stuff
like
in.
it had to be like Bane and Pee-wee. You know, something that's like a consistently weird voice. Ah! Oh, you're very much annoying me. Wait, I have to switch things up. I can't go to Bane now because I use him
I
for
should have
Groot.
brought my Pringles can down.
If I went to Bane, it's just gonna sound like Groot now.
Oh
I have to
no.
figure out another way. What? Oh, I can always do it. Oh, they have to come to
A manual.
Wait, wait. I might be able to do this. Hang on. Wait! We're through the looking glass here, people. I think there is one that I can use. I think this is it. Ooh. Theatricality. Ooh, it's a little too much.
Oh, look at
wrong
that.
effect. Oh.
Were you in a tunnel?
I think I am, yes. Theatricality.
You're in the place that he broke Batman's back.
I'm in the wrong. Theatricality.
in the sewer.
Oh.
What the?
I'm in the back, Jack, with your hound back. Let's rock it down, Mac. Ba, 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 ba. That's my new song. I just came up with. It's dropping in the neighborhood.
You got a mixtape.
I got a mixtape, yo. We're getting there. Check 1, 2. I don't even know what I'm doing anymore.
You're changing
Hey, it's lo-fi. That sounds like something that would work for Burn. Too much reverb. What the fuck is going on? Too much delay. What now? Oh, there we go. We found it. Burn, yes, that's it. Burn, my sweet voice, my sweet tones of Burn are back. Burn, that's my motherfucking name, Jane.
Bane and Joker would be good.
Yes. The Joker. The Poker. The Straw. Midnight Joker. Playing my music on the run. I'm a smoker.
That's what they should start doing.
Who replaced my breathing apparatus with a bong? Was it you?
Was it you?
Was it you?
They should start doing that on radio.
Love?
Oh,
Love.
oh it's Bane on
Was it?
97.5.
He was stealing from the Blue Mimis and
The Mimis?
Yes, Blue Mimis. Love. Love.
What are you even
This
saying?
Bane is fucked up.
What are you saying?
What have you been smoking? Captain Fantastic. I'm so wasted. Alright, way too much Kevin Smith callback. Alright, let's get the flock out of here.
Yeah.
I gotta, I'm never ready with my songs.
Oh, Puma's been down there the whole time.
Puma has been down, yo.
He's been down there. He's sitting there the whole time.
Chilling. He's maxing
chilling,
and
listening to
relaxing.
bullshit
He's kicking it old school, yo.
with the beats.
Anybody knows it was Russia that broke into the DNC?
Except everybody. Ah, yes. I will leave you all with the dulcet tones of...
It does not get old.
That's right, Jared Kushner, everybody. Thank you. Thank you for showing me
Well, that's the last time you ever hear him.
that.
He will be gone.
Let's hope so. We can only hope. One can only have the wish, the desire. The... Oh, we won't play him. He's a dick.
Not Steve. You can. He does want respect.
And we're going to leave you with getting swifty. Because we want to get sued.
I want to get swifty.
We'll see you in a bit.
Bye bye.
Get swifty.
It's our world's best ever, that's what.
Take off your pants and your panties. Shit on the floor. Time to get swifty again.
I'm Mr. Bulldogs. Bulldogs.
Don't analyze it, Nathan, it's working.
Shit on the floor. Time to get swifty again. Hey, take your pants off.
It's swifty time today.
I like what you got. Good job.
Oh my god!